Chapter 8. The Art of Developing Enthusiasm. Enthusiasm can be likened to steam in a boiler. When it is controlled and turned on, it starts the wheels of machinery into action. Many say that knowledge is power, but knowledge only becomes power when it is put into action for the attainment of a definite objective. Enthusiasm is one of the more powerful means by which we may put into action our education, experience, and knowledge. Spoken words without enthusiasm are often ineffective, and sometimes they can actually be boring to some. Here is why enthusiasm has such a powerful impact on the minds of its listeners. Our brains can be considered as both a broadcasting station and a receiving station, which sends out thought vibrations and picks up those sent out by other people. When you turn on your enthusiasm channel, you step up the vibrations of thoughts which go out from your brain, and this in turn reaches and affects other people more quickly. As a matter of fact, you can send out thoughts which have been so stepped up with silent enthusiasm that they will reach and influence other people to whom you direct your thoughts. This is a fact which has been known to psychologists for ages. It is also known to most master salesmen who use this method to condition the mind of their prospective buyers before they ever talk with them. Enthusiasm is very contagious because it engages the attention of those who come under its influence and causes them to respond in a similar spirit of enthusiasm. Andrew Carnegie once said, "If you turn loose one man that has enthusiasm in an industrial plant employing thousands of people, this man's enthusiasm will very quickly reach and influence every person in that plant. It would not have made the slightest difference whether the enthusiasm was negative, positive, constructive, or destructive." Andrew Carnegie went on to explain that in his selection of employees, the first thing he looked for was a man's capacity to express himself in terms of intense enthusiasm. Enthusiasm is one of the most important traits necessary for leadership. The most successful lawyers are not necessarily those who know the most about the legal profession, but they are those who know how to influence the courts and juries with their belief in their cases and have a great capacity for expressing themselves with enthusiasm. When you're introduced to another person, you have a marvelous opportunity to sell yourself favorably to that person by the extent of the enthusiasm you express in the introduction. When you shake hands with another person, you also have a fine opportunity to make a favorable impression by the warmth of enthusiasm you put into that handshake. Here's a brief course in salesmanship which may be of value to you the remainder of your life. When you meet a stranger or anyone you wish to make a favorable impression upon, do these things. 1. Turn on your enthusiasm and make the other person feel that you're happy to communicate with him. 2. When you shake their hand, take a firm grip on it and give it a quick, firm squeeze at the end of each word you express in your greetings. However, do not crush their hands. 3. If you begin the conversation, be sure that you direct it to some subject of interest to the other person. 4. Follow through by eagerly asking questions which will keep attention focused upon the other person. Then, when you're ready to have the other person hear what you have to say about yourself, your interest, or your business, he will have been prepared to listen attentively. In salesmanship, the best possible way to sell yourself is to first sell the others to themselves. In the case of doctors, enthusiasm has long been known to give one sound health because it projects a positive mental attitude in the patients. In the case of teachers, enthusiasm has been the key element in grabbing the attention span of the students and increasing their awareness in the subject being taught. Even prayers expressed with intense enthusiasm bring much quicker and satisfactory results. You can try this for yourself and be convinced with the gratifying results that enthusiasm will bring to your life. A very practical way to begin learning to express yourself with enthusiasm will be to follow the habit of reading out loud for 10 minutes daily. Put all the enthusiasm at your command into your reading. You will be surprised in a short while at how much this will help you in speaking with enthusiasm in your ordinary conversations. You can also adopt the habit by practicing enthusiasm with your family and business associates. You can enjoy the benefits of enthusiasm if you are interested enough to develop a technique by which to acquire this habit so that you'll follow it in a natural, unaffected tone of voice. You can also learn enthusiasm by writing down a list of 10 subjects, things, or circumstances in which you have the keenest interest, and use this list for your practice purposes. You will indeed have no difficulty in reading in a tone of enthusiasm when it is in regards to the things that you like best. Finally, here is an interesting way in which you can develop the art of enthusiasm. You perhaps remember when you were courting the person of your choice, or being courted, as the case may be. You needed no one to tell you how or why to be enthusiastic, because the motive of love or affection took care of this without any extra effort on your part. Just remember that enthusiasm is always easily expressed when one is inspired by a burning desire for something or any motive associated with one's closest interest. When there is no motive, there is no enthusiasm. Remember also the 3 basic motives that rule the world. These motives are the emotion of love, the emotion of sex, and the desire for financial gain. The combination of all 3 of these motives has been said to convert a mediocre person into a genius. Try the habit of moving with enthusiasm in all your daily work and see how much better you will feel.